that M of the 200. All right, which again will look something like this. So definitely want this to go ahead and come up. Just want to be patient, let it come to me. And this might be a great trade, not just because it's going to be an M off the 200, because of the fundamental side and sentiment that you mentioned earlier. So we'd love to see something like this set up. Um, in addition to that, would be JPY, GBP JPY. This one looks a little funky because, as I mentioned earlier, we got like kind of a lot going on here with this double M here. All right, so we'll see what it looks like. If it does set up, it won't be that bad, but I'll be honest, I probably won't put my full risk on it because I just don't like how many times it hit the hit the 200 a few times here already.
Yeah, twin
In
M's.
fact, I might drill it down to the 15-minute and kind of see what I can find out what I can see going on here. So if you look at the 15-minute, we do have this 5,200 crossing for that M. And as you can see also, outside the band right there, right? Market baseline is still below the static, so we do want to see that come up for that reload. More like a move like this in the 15-minute. I can find something like that, be bad at all. Right, so not bad. We'll see if we can find something like this. I'm actually going to leave this on here since we'll be jumping on in a few hours from now. All right. So yeah, we'll be looking for that because again, on the 1 hour chart, we're just looking for this bounce move basically off the 50, but on the 15-minute chart, that will make this an M off the 200. Same exact rules as the M off the 200 on the 1 hour chart. We need the 5,200 cross. We need the outside the band, inside the band, right? We need the reload, and then we need that close below this area here. Right? It looks something like this. Oh, this is nice because ADR low is all the way down here. Right, so
The 80 what?
target. Nice. So it's this orange dotted line is called the ADR, the average daily range.
Oh, okay.
So kind of like ATR, average true range, except this is for the day, the average daily range.
Oh, okay.
I got my dev to plot this on the chart here. So these blue dashes is like yesterday's high and yesterday's low. And then I also have the ADR low, which is average daily range. And then above here is the average daily range high. So that average daily range high, average daily range low. This is pretty much as far as I would want to take it, no matter what side it's going. 9 times out of 9, I'm targeting this ADR high or ADR low. This is like my target zone for the most part.
I got you.
Yep.
So what's that
alert?
What's that indicator called? Is that like a? Is
that
like your own?
Yeah, actually, this template that we're looking at now, I got my developer to actually make this for me. So this is a custom template for TradeView.
Nice, that's cool.
Yeah, I just like to see certain things. Like even at this, if you can look over here to the, like let's say over here, I just got this plotted on the chart too. So HOD, high of day, obviously, low of day. TDR, which is today's daily range. YDR is yesterday's daily range. WADR is the weekly average daily range. Weekly high and weekly low. I just like to quickly look at these numbers versus having to get my measuring tool and measure it. I can just quickly glance up there and see it. So
yeah, that's pretty convenient.
Easier for me. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Let's see here.
But yeah.
All right. looks like Let It Be said that they took a trade on the dollar Japanese yen, made some decent profits on it. Held until I saw it breaking down. Hey, profit's a profit. That's good stuff, man.
Absolutely.
Can't go broke taking a profit, I always say.
Absolutely.
Good stuff.
100%.
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
So yeah, always good to take something off the table. That's what they say. Cut your losses short, right, and let your winners run. That's what it's all about. So
That's right. It's
definitely
cliche, but
want
it's
to
so true.
continue. It is. It is.
Yep.
And I think that's what a lot of people say it in the first place, right? Like sometimes cliche is the right way to go. Like it's a culmination of years and years of wisdom.
Yeah.
Right? It
Yep.
almost seems too good to be true. So
Yep. The boring cliche stuff. Just got to listen to it.
yep, that's how it works.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, so yeah, that
Yeah.
is GJ. I did want to go through these pound pairs here really quickly.
Yeah.
Um, I don't see too much action going on GJ to be
Boring cliche
GA
stuff.
to be honest, because this is really low for me, and I do not want to deal with this at all. This is level 3 for me, so
Mhm.
I will be
Yeah.
passing on GA um, for the most part.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, guys, if you guys want us to break anything down while we're on, please let us know. We can definitely jump into some breakdowns that you guys want us to show. So please
Let
let
It
us
Be
know. We'll
says they're
jump right into it.
stuck in an NQ trade.
Oh
We got
no,
last hour and a half. It can be annoying, huh? Um,
for sure.
yeah. Only thing I would say to that Let It Be is like, I mean, everybody's system is different, but when it comes to my system, as far as using supply and demand, if I get into a trade, yeah, they're sellers and buyers are battling. Yeah, that's it. If I get into a trade and it takes all day and it's just going sideways, sometimes I'll even cut it because
Mm,
like I want it to hit my point and go off, like take off right away. That's just
right,
kind of the way I play
right.
because if it's not for me, if it's not bouncing directly off that zone and just going up at a decent pace, then is that zone really that strong to begin with? Right. That's kind of the way I look at it now. Because I've seen several times where I'll get into it, it'll move sideways after it touches my zone, and then it'll start to go the other way. So the zone was strong enough to stop price, but it wasn't strong enough to push price back up before it rolled over and turned around and came back down again. So yeah, as always,
Right.
do what you want to do. But like I know for me, if it's because again, remember I'm on the higher time frames, typically daily 4 hour. So yeah, I'll give it about a day. If it's just moseying on sideways, oftentimes I'll just cut it right away, just get out of it.
Yeah, same here. I don't want to be in it too long, and especially I don't want to end up paying that swap. It's like the worst of me.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. Like I gotta have a trade move so that I can get that unrealized profit, going because you got to calculate those
Right.
fees. So if it's just going sideways, then it's just costing me to hold on to a trade that's just being boring. Um,
100%.
hey, let it be. It's okay. We all make mistakes. Hey, like I said earlier, I didn't close my trade on Friday. So that was dumb on me, right? But I mean, I'm so far still looking out. I did go ahead, Michael, and move my stop loss to break even on that euro dollar trade I
Yeah.
was on telling you about.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I just feel like I should be a little careful with that. Let's see here, network.
Yeah. Yeah, I see this
But yeah,
CAD
it's a
yen trade is trying to come around. We'll see if it does here in a little bit. Unfortunately, I won't be able to take that on the stream because again, it's I'm looking for the 4 hour confirmation. So it
mm,
probably won't confirm while we're on since it won't confirm technically till 1 Eastern, 1 a.m. Eastern. but it's
Right.
so close. Let's just look at it really quick. I can say my alerts is about to go off in a quick second here. It's like right there next to it. Right now they're so funny because they could have just closed above at the
Yeah.
top of the hour, and it would have made this entire thing much easier. But that'd be too easy,
Well, of
right? Look at all
course.
this momentum. This thing is just starting to shoot up. Watch this. My alert's gonna go
Yeah.
off any second now because of this.
Yeah.
Like any second.
But you can't touch it, like you said, until the 4 hour candle.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Exactly. So no matter how bad I want to take this trade, per rules, I can't take it until this closes.
Just gotta
Right.
sit on your hands.
And they're funny
Sit
because
on
they
the
were
hand.
all the way up here at this price last hour. Now it's come down. And there's the alert right there.
Yep. That sounds well. That's a little quiet. You need to sound a loud alarm. Probably don't want to wake up people in your house though, right?
So typically, I don't know. Normally, I am on it, but yeah, it is a little quiet on my on like my phone because like if I'm in a room sleep, I wouldn't hear it. To be
Mm-hmm.
totally honest, I just wouldn't. I would have to have an
Yep.
alert set up. I'm sorry, an alarm set up for like I'll set my alarm for 11:55 Central, which is 12:55 Eastern, obviously, and then like 5 minutes before the 4 hour candle actually closes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
Yeah. I miss mine
yep,
sometimes too. That's why I just try to check
yeah,
the
it's the worst.
charts as often, even if it's just a quick glimpse at my
No,
alerts and make sure nothing says hit. Because see, it's not for me
yeah,
personally. Like when I get an alert, well, I know I've got at least 15 minutes to make a decision because I need that 15-minute candle to close. That's the candle that
right.
I'm getting my, bullish or bearish engulfing status from. Or
Mhm.
so, like if I'm driving around the grocery store or something, one goes off, then yeah, I just know, okay, just be home within 15 minutes. So that before that, by the
Right.
time that 15-minute candle closes, and then that's obviously when I make that decision. So
Yeah.
yeah, as long
So
so
same
long
for
as it's on
me,
the higher
except maybe not the 15 minute, probably more like the hour
side.
at the hour time frame. So if I
Mm-hmm.
get an alert, like right
Right.
now, my alert just went off. It's no rush for me to jump into the trade, like not at all.
Right.
So that
Yeah,
makes a
that
lot of
makes sense.
sense. Um,
No.
but cool. So just jumping back into these pound pairs, I know I was at GA. Yeah, GA I'm not interested in at all. This is way too low for me. This is level 3, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you can easily see this because actually, let me do it like this. We got the 5200 cross here, and then you can see we have this first move off the 200 here. Then we got a second move off the 200. I really don't want to try to short this again, right? Like I don't want to do that. That's I would much rather take this to the long side. So I'm gonna pass on GA more than likely altogether.
So,
Um,
yeah, me too. I mean,
GC is actually the same exact way.
you see.
Yeah, GC is the same. It has this 5200 cross as well, right? Then we got the first move happening here, and then we have a second move happening here, right? So just like the last one, I really don't want to be trying to. Whoops. I really don't want to try to take this short again. That's just way too
Mm-hmm.
much. Like, where would my target be? If I look to the left, there's not even a target. It's like way back
Mm-hmm.
here. That's not good. So I don't like
But I
that one
mean,
either.
yeah, I'm with you on that, Michael. On both of those
GN.
pairs, yeah, I got alerts set quite a ways up as
Mm-hmm.
far as getting
Yeah,
getting a
it's
pullback.
just not that those two are not right. I don't like those at all.
Yeah,
Um,
it just ain't.
GN. GN is kind of close too, to be honest. It looks the same. We just got this funny. As you can see, like just funny wave motion going on, right? It's not too cute. I don't like that either. So I'm gonna pass on this one too. Now this could change. Obviously, this could definitely change throughout the week. My bias might change, but just looking at this with a fresh set of eyes on a Sunday, market just opened a few hours ago. I don't like those three pairs at all.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I'm with you on that. I need some retracements, especially for pound New Zealand,
yeah,
because that's the strongest bearish one I have. Minus 12.
right.
Minus 12. And it's even crazier when
Yeah,
you look
see,
at it on a daily or a weekly time frame. It's just straight sideways. Big
yeah,
range.
see, this is ugly. Mm-hmm.
Ugly. It's ugly,
Ugly.
Michael.
This
Yes, we do
is ugly.
judge. Everybody in the
Yeah, I
chat, we
sure do.
judge. We judge our charts.
I sure do.
It is a beauty contest when
I
it
sure
comes to the
do.
charts.
It is. I'm looking for, what did you say,
Yes.
Mona Lisas, not Monets. I do not want to deal with no Monets,
Right.
only Mona Lisas.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I don't
So,
even know where I heard that. Or did I just come up with that? Mona Lisa's look good up close. Monets look better farther away. I don't know this.
right,
I don't know
right,
the
right.
reasoning, but I just remembered hearing it a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
Guess I should look at some Monets to
Right.
see what everybody was talking.
Yeah, I think that's the funny one where the eyes like drooping down. It's like that is not a cute picture. I don't know.
That's
Right.
funny.
But yeah, that's pretty
Let
much
it be.
it for the pound pairs.
Yeah,
Um,
let it be. I'd be interested. Tell us, like, what kind of a, how do you trade? Do you do momentum? Do you use a lot of indicators? Do you use support resistance balances? I'd just be interested to see what you do, my friend.
which one is it in the chat here?
Let it
Let it
be.
be
Yeah,
seven.
I figured maybe they'll chat reply to us while you're talking there.
Yeah,
See what
see
they
what
say.
kind of system they got going on.
The secret sauce.
But yeah, so that was pretty much it for the pound pairs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then you mentioned Euro GBP. I think Euro GBP was really high up, so I didn't want to touch that one. Yeah, so this is super high.
Yeah,
Look at this on the
that's
daily.
expensive crab
Yeah,
legs.
this one is really high. So I don't want to touch this one either.
Expensive
Yeah, I'm really just hoping
expensive.
CAD yen doesn't take off on me. Yeah, Euro GBP.
Mm,
To be honest, I would really just be looking for this to turn around. Like I don't know if I would actually short this when it does, but it's already so high. I'll be looking for more of a move like this. I'm just back to the downside, trying to grab this here. Because right
yep.
now this is really high, like really high. Mainly order
Stupid
flow
high.
and volume with the trend line on my own strategy and support resistance. Yep, makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah,
Makes sense.
all the euro pairs pretty much gapped straight up on the open, like every one of them.
Yep. Yeah. See stuff like that is
Which,
woo, man. You got to be careful with that.
yeah, yeah, because
Right.
again, those are what they call novice gaps. They could be runaway trains for those people trying to close the gap. Sometimes they work, but they don't work near as often as a pro gap does when it gaps under the trend. But
Right.
yeah,
Got to get it together. Yeah, this Euro USD looking a little funky. I still, once again, 200 crosses. I need price to touch this 200, and I don't mean a wick as I mentioned. So this doesn't count. I still want to see price actually come down and touch it like strongly. Bodies on the
mm-hmm.
candle. That's what I really need.
Bodies,
So this would be
not
a
the
nice,
wicks.
yeah. The wick is just rejection. A lot of people, when they see closes above or below, that's when they kind of like engage a bit more. So wicks don't really do it for me. Like I like to see wicks on rejection, like rejection areas to maybe
Mm-hmm.
reject price, but not as far as EMA status. Like, oh, it took the 200 or the 50. I need a body, and preferably I
You
want
need
it
to
to
close.
close.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yep. No, that makes total sense.
So for
Yeah, and
EU, I was
again, that's
looking for
kind of
more something like this.
yeah, yeah, and like I mentioned earlier, that's why when I write out my trend lines, I oftentimes will just I'll do wick to wick and then I'll do body to body, just
Hmm.
because it's subjective to however people prefer to do it. So that's why I like to just find that
Yeah,
zone between the two and see if we can line something up there
yeah,
for a zone or a take profit or something like that. Just be
exactly,
aware of it.
exactly. Maybe we'll move your stop loss to break even, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
So let
Yep.
it be. Look like I say, I'm
Uh,
only 2 years in and want to become full time more than anything else. I love this. I have a real passion for trading. That's good. Your
Excellent.
passion will keep you in the game, right? Because
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, if you don't love this, if you're not into it, if you don't, find it fascinating, once the tough times come, which they will, you're gonna end up quitting.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it goes,
Yeah.
right? Like you need something bigger. Your why needs to be strong. You need to have a genuine passion for this, because otherwise, again, you'll fall by the wayside as soon as it gets a little tough. You start ripping your hair out like, I can't do this anymore, right?
Well, that's true. It's a grind. It's a grind. That's why I get so sick of when I see people on YouTube just flashing their nothing but their wins, their cars, their houses. It's like, no, that's I mean, yes, you can make that kind of money, of course. That's why we all do it, but
Right.
that should not be the
Say in the
first thing you
beginning,
lead off with.
right? No, not in the beginning. Say
Because
no, that comes a lot later.
much later, much later.
Hmm.
But yeah, just
Yeah, for
keep it up there.
some reason the traders turn the industry into a marketing thing somehow. Like
Yeah.
some way along the way, but it came to marketing. Like, and these guys are great marketers
Yeah.
too. Like I must admit, it's sometimes it's hard to
Oh yeah, for
tell
sure.
great marketers versus
I'd hire
great
them.
traders.
Yeah, I'd hire them too. Definitely.
Right.
But yeah, it's like he says, a lot of hair pulling and a lot of bumps and bruises along the way. But that's
Hmm.
the whole reason you watch good streams like this, so we try to keep you safe. I mean, you guys see that we spend all of our time, really the bulk of our time, just putting a puzzle together. That's it. Now, obviously, if you're
Yeah.
trading, on a smaller time frames, like our futures guys and gals do, then yeah, you're going to be a lot more active. But I hope that one thing that me and Michael especially can share and help people with is just the fact of the patience, because it's like I said the other day, I spend more time trying to discredit a trade than I do trying to find a reason to get into the trade. So,
Hmm.
it's a whole lot of explanation. It's a whole lot of chart looking, and of course the fundamentals. There's a lot of legwork to do. The trading is the easy thing. The technical analysis, I think,
Yep.
is the easiest part of it. It's all about trying to figure
Yep.
out how the puzzles fit together so that you can go time your trades. So, yeah,
One hundred
if
percent.
there's one thing if there's one thing I hope to come across to people is just the patience. Patience will keep you in the game along with your motivation. So yeah, be picky. That's
Agreed.
that's sum it up, right?
And something that's cool too is Tiger is I like to tell everyone that the longer you stick to it and the better you get at doing this part, the easier it gets, right? Because say
Yeah.
for example, the old me, I know I can't like now I know I can't take this trade until I get a 4 hour close, right? But the
Yep.
old me, I know this 1 hour candle closes in 22 minutes, and the old me would
Yep.
say, "Man, like I don't, if this candle closed, I'm gonna have to take it, right? Like
Yep.
it looks like it'll be ready. It just looks that way, But in actuality, the more you stick to your plan and stick to your process, the easier it gets to not be baited in into trades that are not ready yet. I mean, it's just simple. It's just really as simple as that. It's almost like a superpower. Like the longer you try to do this, the easier it'll get. Like
Mhm.
you're exercising your patience skill. Like for me, right? Like once this candle closes, let's say it closes, no matter where it closes, once this hour candle closes, I still wouldn't get in it, and it doesn't even matter. But the
No.
old me will want to get in it so bad that I would probably just click in, right? Like I would just get
Mhm.
in, just because I just want to get in. Like, oh, it's almost ready. Yeah, almost does not count.
Yeah.
Almost does not count, right? It's like, oh, they almost won the championship. Did they win though? No, they didn't. That doesn't count.
Hmm.
It only counts if you win it. So this only counts like right now, right? My edge has not presented itself yet. So no matter what it looks like on the hard right edge right now, my edge is not there yet. My
No.
edge will not present itself until we get a 4 hour candle close. Then my edge will be there, and then I can take the trade. But
Hmm.
me waiting, I'm just getting points on my, let's say, patience meter, right? Like I'm just
Yeah.
leveling
Brownie
up on my
points.
patience meter.
Brownie
Yeah.
points for the patient. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this the
That's it.
same thing happens on the flip side, right? Like when you actually take the trade, and sometimes you might be up a few hundred, almost $1,000, and you're like, man, I'm up. I might as well just close it now. No, did
Yeah.
your rule say close the trade yet? No, it hasn't. So why are you closing the trade, right? Like the longer you can hold on to the trade while you're in it, you're building that same. I'm not going to say the exact same skill set, but you're building that patience in another aspect, right? Like now you're able to hold on to the trade and manage it. Because it's one beast to wait and be patient and not get in the trade yet until it's ready. But once it does confirm and you jump in, now it's beast number two, which is holding on to the
Hmm.
trade
Yeah.
and not closing it too
Which,
early because, for whatever reason.
yeah, well, that could be easier said than done sometimes too. Like most people focus so hard
Hmm.
on the loss itself, and they fail to recognize, yeah, you got to hold on it. The whole point of placing a trade is to make money to profit on it. So yeah, by just because you see green doesn't mean you close it. You let that sucker run. I mean, trades will run as long as you're
Exactly.
planning them right. So don't limit your
Yeah.
wins, and that's why for me personally, I mean that's why I got away from the whole limiting a 3 to 1. I mean, when I started trailing them, obviously get to break even to eliminate the loss, number one. But
Yeah.
even with the profit targets, I said I'm always moving them up. As price gets closer and
Hmm.
closer, just trailing the stop, a
Yeah.
little closer as well to make sure I'm locking it in. But yeah, kick that thing out, kick it out. Unless you're taking a
100%.
nap, you might want to take it,
Right.
like me. But in those instances,
Right.
I'll put an unreasonable. I mean, I'll usually put an unreasonable take profit out there just to.
Yeah, super far so that you don't wake up and it's smack
Right.
TP.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah,
Right.
because I have had so many of those. What I had was what I closed out at a 3 to 1, and then it turned out to be 5, 7, 8, 9 to 1. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of looked at that, Michael, as a loss. It's like, okay, I profited the 3 to
Yeah.
1, but I turned around and lost another 5 to 1, 6 to 1.
Yeah.
But
It's a
again,
funny
can't
thing,
go
right?
wrong.
Like you kind of got to do whatever works for you and whatever, kind of makes sense because I would ask myself, how like I'll type this on the screen here. You know how like you'll ask yourself WW what is it, JD, I think, what would
Yeah.
Jesus do or whatever the case may be. I changed mine to when it comes to trading, it is WWBD, right? What would Bobby do? And I mean Bobby Axelrod. Like, what will Bobby Axelrod do in this
Oh
trade
yeah.
right
Yep.
now?
He's
right?
aggressive.
So,
Yep.
right, like,
Well,
why would he close the trade just because he sees a little bit of profit? No, he wouldn't.
no.
He would follow his process, right? Like
Well, that's the
the
perfect
best to ever
image to
do
have in your head.
it.
That's the best image to have jump into your head when you think about that. Like, oh well, yeah, I can't be weak and close out at the sign of a tiny profit. We got to let her rig, Tater
Exactly.
Chip.
Exactly. Exactly. Right. And then also too, like just from a mathematical standpoint, right? Like you skew your numbers a little bit. So like let's say for example, if well, let's start here. One is if you closed out early, let's just be honest, you broke your trading plan, right? Because
So,
there's instances where you broke your rules and you lost money, and there's also instances where you broke your rules and you won money, right? They're
yeah,
both you broke your rules no matter what. You just happen to win
yeah.
money on this one,
Well,
right?
yeah. I
But
mean, obviously,
if you
go
right
ahead.
ahead.
Sorry. I was just going to say, I mean, we always hear about people moving their stop losses down and more down and more down. Like that's where all the focus gets is obviously don't move your stop losses. But yeah, you don't really hear it that often on the profit side. Like
Yeah.
like you said, breaking your rule and closing a 3-1, closing it at a 2-1 or something. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
not really a big
You
emphasis on
still
that
broke
I've
your
ever seen
rules.
in the industry. Yeah, you still broke your rules. It's the same thing.
Yeah. It's
You
the
know?
same exact thing, right? Like if you were to grade yourself, you don't get an A on that. You broke your rules. So you
Right.
might get a B. Good job for for seeing the trade, being patient, executing the trade. But when it comes to managing a trade, you don't get an A for that. You closed out early. And what it
Right.
does is it skews your numbers. Because if you were supposed to, let's say, have a +3 on this trade, but you close out at +2, and then you take two losses and you at break even, that's on you. You could have been up one R, but seeing that you couldn't stick to your rules and you were being a little wussy, and you closed the trade out early,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Now
just
you're at
like
break even, and that's what you get.
it's just like a thief stealing $1 or $1 million. You're a thief either way. So it's the
Simple,
same
simple
way.
as that.
Breaking the
Yeah,
rules. So good
yeah.
stuff. Good
I
stuff.
always like to correlate it to that because at the end of the day, right? Like when they talk about letting your winners run and cut your losses short, you can't
Hmm.
be you can't be so antsy to close the trade just because you're up. You don't know how far this thing's about, right? Like as much as I'll be honest. Like once it gets to 80 or high, I probably will take off the trade. But there's a rare
Hmm.
occasion where this thing will, let's say whoops, it might do something like let's screw this down a little bit. It might be rare instances where this trade will, come up, and boom and hit the TP, and I'm like, oh, I'm in on a TP, and it just boo. You're like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
it
Like,
happens
yeah,
more
I
than
killed it with the
you
three
care
to
to admit.
one. Yeah,
Yep.
but like, dude, this could have been a 4 for 1. Like, yeah, you blew
Yeah.
it, right? This
You blow it.
happened to me last week actually on Euro AUD. Now again, this one kind of doesn't count because I did go to sleep, so it was a little bit different, but it still happened, right? Like this trade, actually, this was this last week. Yes, this was July 21st. So yeah, last week. If you're, let me take this off. Still got this wrong from last week. But yeah, if you remember this setup that we took, if you remember, we had the 5200 cross, right? So my next move I'm looking for is that W off the 200, which it clearly gave, right here. We had a little funky part right here, but boom, this ran up. My TP was at this area here. And what did it do?
Hmm.
Dang it. And what did it
Kept
do?
on going.
It ran up even further. Yeah. Now it didn't run up too much further, but that's not the point. The point is,
Yeah.
this could have surely kept going higher and higher and higher. And this is why, to me, it's smarter to trail your stops than have a hard TP,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And typically for
Definitely helps
me,
me.
I will close my trade on the trailing stop when it closes below the last little bit, right? So let's say I might, and this is kind of funny because this might have took me out right here. Like I might have, as price continued to go in my favor, I might have put my stop right here, which is below this last candle. And as you see, this one green candle was red, took it out, and came all the way back up here. So this might have took me out, but if it didn't, I would continue to just move it up, move it up. This red one
Mm-hmm.
might have took me out, right? Once
Yep.
again, it's just much smarter to trail your stops versus having a hard stop. Now it's good to have a
Yeah,
target in
because
mind. You know.
right. Yeah. Well, I was just going to say, yeah. I mean, if you're letting your runners run, then yeah, just in your example right there. I mean, that little bit of extra profit that you didn't get.
Mm-hmm.
Try to look at that as the whole reason that you want to let runners run is because that little bit that you did not catch would pretty much pay for the next loss you had.
Yep.
That's kind
Yep.
of
Yep.
one way to
Yep.
see it. I mean, you get a loss right
No, I
after
see
that,
it just like
and
that. Any little bit of piece
yeah,
of extra that you can get can add to the next week's gains. Any
or a
little
swap
piece.
fee, and like in my case
Yeah,
for
there you go.
overnights, but yeah, that
A
covers my
swap
swap
fee.
fees. Let it run.
Exactly. So yeah.
Yeah.
What else we got over here? Because Forex my third day and I'm going to support resistance. Third day. Well, yeah. Just coming down to it. Oh, he said you guys are real traders. 90% of these guys on YouTube are just waste of time and it's annoying. Yeah,
Yeah.
we literally try our best here.
Well, we appreciate that.
Seriously.
Yeah, we just give it to you straight. I mean, there's no point in trying to cover the wool over people's eyes. Like this stuff's tough. Trading is tough. Anybody that ever
It
said it's
is.
easy, they're trying to sell you something, or they're just bragging
Yep.
because they
Yep.
might have had
One of
10
the two.
losses in a row, and that one winning trade they got, they're gonna broadcast it. I like showing my losses,
Hmm.
like especially
Me
because I mean I
too.
have another YouTube channel that I did before I started here, and
Hmm.
yeah, I would always put my losses on there. Like, okay, this is why I lost. It's because this I broke this rule, I broke that rule, whatever the case was,
Yep.
and
Yep.
got nobody to blame but myself. But it's not something where I want to chastise myself. But it's called giving yourself a reputation to uphold. I mean, if I'm
Right.
transparent and I explain the loss, then hopefully that'll teach somebody else maybe not to do the same thing or just be a little more careful and follow your rules. I mean, you guys,
Yep.
speaking of cliches, another thing that's cliche that you hear a lot is have a trade plan. Write out your trade plan or type it up. Like when my computer opens, when I turn it on in the mornings, uh, it's kind of funny because I have about 15 different tabs that open. Like it's just everything. It's crazy, all
Uh-huh.
the stuff that open. But I purposely have one of my tabs open straight up to my trade plan so that I have to
Oh,
see my trade plan before before I jump onto the charts. So it opens straight
nice.
to that. It's just a reminder to follow my rules. It's so easy. That's probably okay. If you want to hear something easy about trading, that's probably the easiest thing in trading is breaking your rules. So if I give myself that constant reminder when I open up my computer, okay, this is your trade plan. Look for strong zones, unmitigated. Where's
Right.
price related? RSI, this and that.
Where's it bouncing off
Then
of? Right.
it's just a daily
I
way to
see.
reiterate.
Let it be is asking, are you just trading by supply and demand zones? Um, so I'll say yes and no. Yes, because these definitely are supply and demand zones, but no, but because I'm more or less trading the market cycle as in essence. So just to kind of give some context, I draw this diagram all the time, but um, what I'm looking to do here is this on that one? Yeah, okay. I deleted the other one. I forgot. So I am more or less trading what I would call level one and level two. Um, I'm staying away from this peak low here. So this will be considered peak low. It's at the bottom of the curve and like the actual cycle. And then I'm also staying away from this peak high as well. Right. So I'm only interested in this level here, which is level one. And then I'm interested in here, which is level two. Now in level one, what happens is the EMAs, you'll have a 1350 cross. And I know I'm in level one. I'm looking for basically bounce trades. Let's put bounce off the 50, which is the 50 EMA. So that's what I'm looking for in level one. And then here in level two, there is a 5200 cross. And I know I'm in level two and I'm looking for M's, W's. Sometimes I have what we call half a bat. Sometimes it's a head and shoulders. Oops, head and shoulder. But it'll all be off the 200. Right. And that's all I'm looking for in this entire process. Right. So if we can go to CAD Yen, which is what I'm currently looking at to take long that we were just looking at earlier. Um, if you can see this, this is why I pointed the fact that once we get this 5200 cross here, just like I just pretty much wrote up, I know I'm in level two, right? So the 5200 crosses, I'm in level two. And in this case, it is a head and shoulders, right? Head and shoulders off the 200. So I'm looking for this move here. Right now, it's a little, not the prettiest head and shoulders, but the pattern is still there. And I can really see this because the EMAs are far away at first, but they kind of slow down and get really close. Hell, it even crosses here, but it crosses back the other way. So I'm in essence anticipating this ugly head and shoulders pattern, right? To go something like this, right? So I'm really just anticipating this to go long at this point. I'll throw my stops below this last swing point here. Target is this ADR high, right? But in essence, I'm trading the break and retest, right? So if I go back to NAS 100, and then I kind of point out what I just drew here, right? I'm looking for the break and retest of these zones, right? So we got this M top, it breaks below this structure here, and I'm looking for that retest of this area, and I want to grab this going short. Same exact thing here. It breaks this area here, right? And it pulls back and it retests this area again here. I only want to trade these two areas, and that's it. That's it.
That's it.
I don't really care about anything else. I'm just focused on these two, right? Across all the assets, whether it's NAS 100, US 30, S&P, gold, silver, crude oil, Bitcoin. I don't trade the peso. I just look at the currency exchange. But any Forex pair, I'm looking to see what level I'm in, whether I'm in peak high, peak low, level one or level two, and that's it. I'm trying to capitalize on this move right here. That's my whole entire approach to the market.
Yeah, and anytime you guys hear me talking about buying low on the curve, selling high on the curve, that's exactly the same thing he's doing. He's just waiting for that breakout and then the retest. I mean, yeah, you'll never see Michael buy high up. That's why he says he's there. He doesn't do anything with level 3, level 4. No, it's just about the level 1, level 2, regardless if he's shorting or buying. So perfect definition.
Because what can happen is it can just be doing this, right? Like you got this, you can have this all day long. I'm not interested until it breaks that level, comes back and resets it. Then I'm interested in it. I'm interested in it right here, right? Yeah. And I don't care how long this for weeks and weeks and weeks. It does not even matter. It doesn't
Yeah.
even matter.
Yeah.
All I care about is this breaking this level here and breaking this level, pulling back and retesting it, and I'll short it from there. Same exact
That's
thing on the other side,
yeah. That's
right?
that's
This thing could
diddling
just
in the
be,
middle for those people sideways trading that sideways action. Yeah. See, that's
yep,
diddling in the middle right there. Yep.
yep, same thing, just on the other side, right? I don't care what happens. I'm interested in this part right here. That's it.
Yep.
Nothing else. This is to me. This is the sweet spot on the chart. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's it.
Everything else
Yep.
is is not good for me. And again, this is just how
Mm-hmm.
I see it, right? Like even now, when this candle closes in the next 1 minute, this will be good to go on a 1 hour chart, but we don't have the 4 hour chart, right? So if this just runs away from me, right, I just missed the
C'est la
move.
vie.
I really wouldn't care about it.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. But on the other
Yep.
side, that it comes up here, right? It comes back, bounces off of here, and then go. Oh my! I'm gonna be all over it right here, all over
He'll be
it.
sniping. He'll be sniping it.
Yep,
That's
yep,
awesome.
yep, yep.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times,
Yeah.
you
And it's
swear
been,
it's gonna run away from you, and it doesn't. Like
yeah.
it's like a part of me wants to say like, well, it still has 3 hours, and the next 3 hours is gonna run away. If it runs away, okay, that's it. Just look for the next trade. It's not a
Mhm.
big deal. There's no reason
Yeah.
to jump in early because you think that it's gonna run away from you or you feel. See, that's emotions,
Yeah.
right? That's FOMO all day long. It's the epitome of FOMO, actually.
Yeah. We don't get paid to think. We just get paid to move money
Mm-mm.
from one account to another. That's it.
Yep, 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 yep. This is like nearly
Yeah.
systematic. Like no matter what, wherever this closes, I will be happy to this blue trace that I'm looking at now. I would just want to see price come back, touch this level right here, and I will gladly buy it right there. So I don't care where it's at. It could close up here, here. It doesn't even matter. I just want to come back, touch this area, and then I'll buy a loan. Right? That's the only thing that
Mhm.
matters. I'll put my stop right below this last little swing point here. And again, I'm targeting this ADR high. It's gonna be a nice, nearly a 3-for-1 trade. Beautiful. And again, if it runs away
Check.
from me and I don't get in, oh well. I'll just catch the next one.
Mhm. Bye.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna miss a lot of trades. Tiger's gonna miss a lot of trades. Your favorite trader's gonna miss a lot of trades. That's just how it
Yeah.
goes.
Oh yeah.
The thing is to
Yeah.
not
Every
get
day I
hung
look.
up on that.
Every day I look and say, "Dang it! Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that?" But then I really remember because
Yeah,
there was something. There was a rule that I would have broken had I taken that
yeah.
trade.
And then what'll happen is, and just the way it goes, if I take this trade early, one, I broke my trading plan. That's just first and foremost, right? Like even if you make money on a trade, it doesn't count. It's like winning a game, but you cheated. Like you
Mm-hmm.
deep down inside, you know you cheated, and you should feel a way about that. It wasn't
Yeah.
a a deserved win, right? Like when you play fair and you win, that's when you feel that yeah, I did it. Like good job. But when you play and you cheat and you win, you know what you
Your gut will.
did.
Yeah, you can't escape your
Yeah,
gut. Your
right.
gut will let you know. They're like, "You dumbass, why'd you do
Hmm.
that?"
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that's
that's it.
that's that's not cool. And then secondly, right? So that's just first and foremost. But secondly is that's not repeatable, right? Like the whole point
Right.
of doing all of this is to come up with something that you can repeat day in and day out. If you're cheating and you just happen to win that one, that's not repeatable, right? Like
It's no different
that just
than
won't work
playing.
long term.
Yeah, it's no different than putting money on black or red on a roulette table. Yeah, you might win a couple times in a row,
Yeah.
2 or 3, but you keep going, and
Yeah.
the odds are against you.
Simple as
So
that.
it's all about finding an
Like
edge. All about finding the edge.
it is. And yeah, exactly. I'll say this last thing and I'll pass it to you, but exactly. The edge. Like right now, my edge is not there yet. So I can't take the trade. Now, let's say for example, if once my edge appears, let's say it's a 75% chance that I'll win it if my edge is there. But that's when my edge is there. It's not there yet. So although it may be 60, 65, whatever, that's still not, my edge is not completely there. I don't have data
Yeah.
built on almost, right? All the rules
Right.
almost confirmed. That's not good. I have my skill set and my rules and my data based on when it actually confirmed. So if I don't take the trade, if I take the trade when early, like if I was to take it now, I don't have data on this. So my edge is not there. I will be literally gambling if I was to take the trade right now. There's no 4 hour confirmation. How many trades was like this that was close, but it was no 4 hour confirmation and you took and you won? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't have any data on that. Not at all. I have no idea. I have the data on once this candle closes in the next 3 hours
Yeah.
and I take the trade. That's where my edge lies at, right there.
That's it.
All right. So just super important. Like we were just speaking, like the mindset is just it's everything. And obviously, guys, like when I first started, of course, I didn't think this way. Like I would be, oh, this candle's green. It closed above the last 3 hours worth of stuff. It's gonna go long. It's gonna go long. Just get in it. Just get in it. Of course, I used to think that. I used to feel that, right?
Yep.
But that's when I was still an amateur. I didn't really know.
Yeah.
I didn't
Oh, I did the same
know any
thing.
better. Yeah.
Well, my
Or if the
problem
trade
back
ran
then was
away from me, I would be like, man, it ran away. Like I could have took that trade. Ah, dang it, I missed out. Nowadays it's oh well. Just get the next one.
Yep.
It's really just as simple as that. That wasn't your trade. It just wasn't. Right? What is for you is gonna be for you.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, and that's what takes the time for. That's what takes time to figure out. I mean, I don't know how many different types of ways to trade I've done in my life, but yeah, a lot of trial and error. But it took me a long time to figure out exactly, because I always knew supply and demand works. You have to put an algorithm around it because it's not the end all be all.
yeah.
I have supply
Right.
and demand zones every day that get broken through, right? But just to be able to have confirmations, and of course, like I say, in my case, engulfing candles, seeing volume spikes, stuff like that's what's kept me out of a lot of them. And now every time I'm sitting there micromanaging a zone because price has entered it,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'll monitor it until it chews all the way through that zone, and every time I'm like, yes, that's a win
Yeah.
right there, because those are the trades I used to take just
Right.
for touching the zone without any type of confirmation.
Exactly.
So,
No, I
so
hear
that's
you.
a win every day when I see that happen.
Hmm. No, you're right
Good
though,
stuff.
and kind of just like what you just said, like support and resistance, it does work. Like I truly believe that, but you still need to build your own model beyond that, right? Like because when you're looking at mom now, is this not support and resistance? This was the floor at first. It broke below. Now it's the ceiling. One could argue that this is simple support and resistance. That's all I'm taking. It's support and resistance. You could say that
Yep.
because technically it is, right?
Yep.
Again, this was the floor at first. It broke through and it pulled back. Now the floor is the ceiling. It's not nothing different than what anyone else is doing. It's just that as you just mentioned, Tiger, I built the model beat around this, right? Like support and resistance is just
Yeah.
one facet of it all, right? Like I still have levels here. I have EMAs. I have the TDI. So there's still a lot going on with in this, but at the same time, this is still support and resistance. That's one
That's
part
really
of
all it
the
is.
puzzle.
Yeah, and just like supply and demand, I mean, supply and demand and support resistance are quite similar. It's just that with supply and
Hmm.
demand, I'm looking for those unfilled orders within a zone, so it just makes it a little easier
Right.
to me. But like you said, with the indicators and the other things that we use, uh, that's not why we get into the trade. We get into the trade because of the actual, like for me, supply and demand. For him, support resistance. But
Right.
what the indicators do is filters out all the bad ones. So that's, I think,
Exactly.
where the edge really lies, is just figuring out how to filter, because that's all it does. It's basically just a filter, filter out the bad and
Yeah.
keep in the good. Right? That's
Yeah.
that's that's I guess one way to look at it.
Yeah. And
So
just to
so
kind of
yeah, because
sift
I
through
know,
the BS.
yeah, get rid of the noise. Yeah. So yeah, just to answer your question, also let it be, obviously, I supply and demand's my main thing too. But yeah, I got about, shoot, 5, 6, 7 different ways of filtering out the bad ones, and even that's
Hmm.
not guaranteed. I mean, we have losses all the time. There's nothing perfect about it, but the whole goal is to find a
Yeah.
system, to figure out a system to filter out the bad ones. That's really what it's about.
Yeah.
And when you can do that enough to where you're making a little bit more than you lose, then you're already ahead of 90% of everybody else. ninety
And
percent.
even that, once again, that area of not just taking good trades but staying out of the bad ones, right? And the whole goal is to find something that, hey, when this happens, I'm taking 2 steps forward, and when I lose, I'm taking 1 step backwards. Over time,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna get to wherever you're trying to get to. That's just simple math.
That's it. Climb
Right.
that mountain one step at a time. All
Yep.
right, so let
Yep.
it
Yep. Yep.
be. Looking at the dollar, Japanese yen, looking good on the 1 hour. Bullish sentiment for higher highs, it looks like. Yeah, it's trying to break through that little top, isn't it? Double top. Well, it's actually right at a double
So
top if you're looking at it on the 1 hour. I would just
UJ.
be careful with the overhead resistance, because you do have a couple little bitty supply zones up there. Let me see here on the 4 hour chart. Yeah, I can show you whenever we swap it over to my chart here in a minute. There, let it be.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, looking good. Yeah, so I'll be honest. I like UJ for the shorts. If I want
Yeah.
to see UJ, actually,
Mm-hmm.
we went over this earlier. Let me see. Yeah, on the 4 hour. So it's a little funky. It's kind of right in the middle. I wouldn't touch this because it's too iffy for me. Like this looks, when
Yeah.
I see this 5,200 cross to the downside, this looks short. But then we just got this 5,200 cross to the upside that makes it look long. And when I have two
Mm-hmm.
contradicting uh, signals that way, I don't touch it. So I wouldn't be touching this at all.
Yeah.
Now, if I had to guess, mm, this is more short, more long than short. I will say that, but it's not far. I'll
Yeah.
say fifty-five
Right.
percent long and 45% short. It's very close
Yeah. No, I
to
agree,
me.
because the technical is definitely a little bit, just a tiny, tiny bit on the bullish side, but the fundamentals.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Dollar, Japanese yen. Where are you at? It's hiding from me. Dollar. Where the heck is it at? USDJPY. Oh, it's -2. So a very slight downtick when you're looking at the fundamentals. Yeah. Well, it's because, well, let's take a look. So if we're looking at the dollar last week, so they did have a bullish rating on the jobless number. And then the Japanese yen, well, so that was bearish. Let's see here. July 24th, they had a bullish PMI reading. July 7th, or July 3rd, bullish household spending. So actually, in the last week, it's one negative report for the Japanese yen. But then, yeah, the dollar had the one bullish reading for the jobless claims. Everything
Okay.
else was a week and a half ago. So, but yeah, here's the way I see the Japanese yen or the dollar yen. If I'm just looking at just the fundamentals, you've got you got a so I'm not getting a reading either way on the COT report, the retail sentiment as well. So the sentiment's not helping out. It's straight neutral. If I'm looking at the fundamentals or the economic reports, let's do this. I just want to get rid of. I'm trying to get it to where I don't have to scroll. Uh, so you got negative. You got negative readings for seasonality, for trend. Now the trend is more on the uh, upper time frames. Negative reading
You
for the
wanna share
V.
your screen, Tiger?
Oh, sure. Yeah. We'll go ahead and do
Yeah,
that.
I'm pretty much done.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
So this is what I was afraid of. I mean, you still got a little ways. I mean, I don't know what you said, 1 hour time frame. So yeah, I mean, you still have about another, not too much, about 38 pips. And then you're going to start running into this overhead supply. Let me put that on full screen. Yeah. So if I just take off my order block tool for a second, yeah, you'll see up here you got a green candle before a down move, which that was the open of last Sunday. But then you got this other zone here where you had a really strong drop. So all I'm saying is, if you're still in that trade, yeah, just be careful because there could be some unfilled orders in this area and or this area up here that would make price drop. Now how far it goes, who knows? But for me, if I'm doing if I'm just looking at the curve, obviously on the 4 hour, I'm looking at this top, I'm looking at this bottom. So you're clearly high on the curve, right? Remember, we always show the example of the flag, right? The Hungarian flag. So yeah, just keep that in mind that if you're buying up in this area, you're buying in the overvalued area. So anytime you see the red, that's where you would want to sell, if anything. And the green, that's where you would want to buy. So I'd be interested in buying down in this area. In fact, I think I put a zone on. Yeah, I'll look it up on a smaller time frame. But yeah, for me to get into it, assuming the fundamentals were giving me a bullish signal, yeah, I'd be waiting for this retracement. That's what I'd be waiting for. Because if you're buying up here, you're just buying it just a little overpriced. Now, obviously, it can continue. Obviously, it can run and break those highs, but there's just more of a probability of trying to get it on a cheaper price. So, but yeah, that's what have I got down there? 2 hour, 1 hour? Yeah, 1 hour. So I got this 1 hour red candle, and then before the big move up. So that's the origin of a strong rally. So that's what I would do if I were forced to place a trade on the dollar yen. And then, of course, you can always kind of stair step your way down in the time frames, smaller time frames. But the higher probability play is at the bottom of that, that larger time frame. Because I mean, it's real easy. You can always, if you drill down to the 15, okay, well then you can say this is the low point, and then you got the high point. Now, for that time frame, yeah, that rings true. But in the context of the overall move, which means the higher time frame, that's in the middle. So it's all subjective. It's all in how you look at it. I mean, I'm not near as good at
100%.
I'm not near as good at scalping as I am the higher time frames. I know where my lane is, so I don't really dig too deep into it. I mean, supply and demand works on all time frames, and that's clearly a supply zone. I mean, a demand zone down here, because you got that red candle before a big move up. So, would I get into that trade? Yeah, but I would just be, just tiptoeing in. I wouldn't be putting in a full risk on it. Right. That's kind of the way I look. Because look, if you're looking at it in this context, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nice green candles coming out. I mean, it did jump up about 60 pips within that hour and a half. So that's a pretty decent move. Now you're running into all this diddle in the middle mess, right? So the whole goal, the goal that I would have if I were to be buying this thing is have price obviously drop below that miss, collect all this liquidity that's down here, because everybody that's buying to push this thing up, they're all their stop losses are down here, so they're creating liquidity. So I would want to see
Right.
the banks push price down, collect this liquidity, which helps fuel their orders, but push it down even more to collect these unfilled orders over here before buying. So that's pretty much what I would be wanting to see. And since it's went
Mm-hmm.
sideways for basically an intraday session, yeah, that's all kinds of liquidity right underneath all this mess. So yeah, so this is the example where I would be okay with a V-shaped drop. If we were doing this trade, like let's do this. If the hard right edge just showed that, okay, there's not really anything because it just went straight up. So in
Mm-hmm.
this instance, yeah, I think this might help because I don't think I've ever compared these for everybody. So yeah, if price were up here, let's just say back in time, so none of this has happened yet. This is where I would want to see price come down and start confusing the retail traders, right? Just go sideways, create the liquidity underneath these bottom points, and then drop in for a buy to the long.
Yep.
That's what I'd be thinking right there. But because that actually played out, that's fine. It's a little higher up than I would prefer it. I would prefer all this sideways action a little lower, but the point is it's created all this liquidity underneath. So at this point, I'm fine with it just dropping straight in like a V-shaped drop. And like Michael, you
No,
said
you're right.
perfectly last week, you said perfectly, when you're buying, don't buy on the left side of the V, you buy on the right side, right? So,
Yep.
so, so yeah, that's where I'm looking. This is where I'm looking to get that verification. So give me preferably like a 15-minute or even 30-minute. I mean, depending on the price, depending on the instrument. Yeah, sometimes I'll use a 30-minute or even hour, uh, candle coming out. But got to get a nice green candle
Mm-hmm.
coming out with some volume down here as well. Some volume, a volume spread analysis candle in the context of Forex anyway. But
Right.
but yeah, that's where I would
No,
be the
that's
most
exactly what
comfortable.
I would be looking for, right? That's that again,
Mm-hmm.
that accumulation, manipulation, distribution, right? Accumulate
You
it,
know,
they come down there, manipulate that price at that area of interest, run up, distribute. Same, same,
and that's what I
same stuff, different
yeah.
day.
And that's what I just love so much about having the indicator, the master pattern indicator, on my chart directly, because it's going to start showing you those boxes create where the manipulation is happening, or where the accumulation or distribution in this case is happening. So yeah, every time you see a box, just think below that box there's liquidity. So like great
Right.
example. Um, in this case over here, let's see. So we were, that little part was a little bit of a downtrend. So manipulation, banks move price up, and then collects the liquidity and then sells. So same thing over here, only they're doing it the opposite way. People are buying and
Yep.
selling here. Okay, price one to the downside. So that's scooping up the liquidity and under all this nonsense for the banks to scoop up and push price up. So it's just the way the cookie crumbles. That's just the way the game's played.
Right. As soon as you can figure that out and see that, the easier it gets.
Yeah. How about that? Uh, let's see here. Let me go to my alerts real quick. So yeah, same thing. I'm looking at all the pound pairs. Pound Swiss. Yep. Nothing until I get a move up to this supply. Pound Swiss was a. Oh, I got to get rid of my neutrals. Let's see here. Um, all right, give me 1 second here. Get rid of my neutral readings. But yeah, Pound Swiss. Yeah, minus 11. So that's my second strongest, or I should say, second weakest currency pair. So
Mm-hmm.
that's it. If I just take a look, actually, at the UK data itself. I just want to see here. Yeah, so within the last 7 days, we've had in the United Kingdom, we've had a negative retail sales report come out, where they forecasted 1.2 on the retail sales. It turned out to be 0.9. Services PMI was bearish as well. They forecasted 52.8. It was the actual number of 51.2, so that was a miss. And they did actually have so they did have a bullish rating for the PMI data. So that was their one good sign of news last week. But the week before, their unemployment rate was bearish. So that was a knock on the pound. And then July 11th, GDP, they had a miss on that number as well. So, yeah, it's currently, if I'm looking at my heat map here, it is currently the second weakest currency. So this Canada dollar is still technically the weakest. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's it. But yeah, like I said on the earlier stream, the dollar's come up pretty good in the last week and a half, from a 47% up to a 52, 53 last week. And now it's up to 62. So again, that's percentages of economic calendar reports that have beat expectations. So it's nice. Again, it's turning that corner. I mean, if we look at the Dixie on the index, I don't know, I have an arrow there, but yeah, this thing's just getting stretched. It's getting stretched to the downside. It's acting like it's one
beautiful head and shoulders pattern.
Yeah. Oh, are you talking about down here or up here?
Up there, yep. That's the head right there. That's a beautiful head and shoulders pattern to the downside. Yep. Just gorgeous.
Yep. Yeah, and it wicked right through too.
Gorgeous. Yep.
Does that probably look the same on the Dixie futures too? Yeah, pretty much the same. But yeah, a lot of people got wicked to death here, didn't they? Like in this area. They see price.
That's why you're supposed to put your stops above the swing point.
That's right. That's right. You gotta put your stop up there. So yeah, there's a lot of people that were selling in this, selling. Oh, got wicked out.
But I want you to check that out, though, right? Like you see how it broke down, and then it got that retest. It retested that same zone. And then from there, it retested again and it dropped. Like the market maker pattern that I drew out is right there on the screen. Right there.
No. No, that's it. That looks really good on the 4 hour. Yep. Now, do you do the neckline thing where you kind of...
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, this is technically
the
valley of...
I answered you too early. I was just saying to the neckline, but I don't do that. I do want to see them retest that neckline though. Like that's what gives me that confirmation that it's going short or long at that point. Like I want to see the head and shoulders, and then I want to see that neckline, and I want to see it retest that area and then drop again.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, the Nikkei, I actually did have an alert hit on this one earlier because it is giving me a bullish signal of a 5. So this is another one of those just barely strong enough to start looking for something. And I did draw this zone out up here, but again, like I think I might have mentioned on the first stream, it's over. Any of this just feels too expensive to me. I want a deeper retracement. So yeah, as always, even if I know I'm not going to trade a zone, sometimes I'll still just put an alert just so I can study it.
Right.
Just so I can look, see, either confirm what I suspect or see if I was totally wrong. And I'm wrong a lot. We're all wrong a lot. So it's, again, I'm 12 years in and I'm still trying to study zones. I mean, supply and demand zones and how they react on different parts of the curve with this type of fundamental outlook, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, I mean, that zone, even though it was so high, it still made a pretty decent bounce right here, But I had no interest in getting in. just because it's just too expensive. I mean, as you can see, it's
A
at
little too much.
38.2. Yeah, I don't know. Again, your gut will tell you everything you need to know, especially if you've studied and stared at charts, as many hours as we have, thousands and thousands of
Right.
hours. Yeah,
Like we had nothing better to do.
right. Yeah, I mean, I would at least want to pull back to this previous resistance. But again, the best zones I had found were a little deeper even than that on a 15 minutes maybe. Yeah, these down here. Okay, so it's even smaller. Yeah, so like there's one on a 10-minute time frame that I might
Hmm.
have some interest in. Really good volume, as you can see by the VSA bars. 10 minutes, and
Right.
then that one down here is even deeper on a 5. But most importantly, that 10-minute zone is right on the 61.8 level. So I do like that. And then, yeah, if I go down to the 5-minute, I do have this other zone a little deeper. So again, I don't pay full price on anything. I'm unreasonably patient for those cheap places to enter the market. So yeah, you can see there's another
Yep.
5-minute spot. A little deeper, 75%, but I'd be, I might be interested in that. Either one of those areas, I'm definitely going to keep an
Right.
eye on it. But here's another thing to think about. Even if it comes down there, it depends on how it comes down there. Like if it comes down fairly quick, I'd be okay with it. If it just gradually comes down, well, then what happens when it starts gradually coming down? Well, now we're creating lower lows, lower highs. So now we're officially on a 4-hour time frame and a downtrend.
Right.
So it's all it just depends on the time frames you look at. Whereas if it
Yeah.
where it's at now, if it just kind of comes down a little quicker, okay, well, I would look at it as, well, I still have my low point here, my low, and then my higher low. So higher high, everything's higher, and that would be still a higher low. If it starts
Hmm.
doing all this sideways stuff a lot slower, and this is why I think I've talked about this a while back, why I would prefer to see price get my zones hit quicker than normal. And that's why, because now people are looking at this on the smaller time frames and they're seeing, oh, it's in a downtrend. It's in a downtrend, right? So yeah, that's just kind of my 2 cents I thought I would share on that. But anyway, yeah, I'm
No,
gonna
I hear
delete that
you.
alert so I don't try to buy into it.
Try to take it later.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because I still, I mean, I still have weak moments where I'm like, oh, I just want to jump, kind of like what you said earlier. Just want to jump into it.
Hmm.
But if I get it off my screen, I'll forget about it.
It happens. It totally happens. It's
Forget
just one of
about
those things where, right, like you're still fighting demons, like doing stuff like that. Because again, it happens to
oh,
me at least once or twice a week, right? Like I'm
yeah.
tempted right now to jump into Cat Yen. I'm still tempted to do it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just
you're
know
thinking,
that if I do it, there's a great chance that I'm going to lose it. Great chance.
hey, let it be. Good job. Made 355. Is that dollars, I assume? Good stuff, my guy. My guy.
Nice.
715. Yep. I called it, so I'm happy on to the next. It was worth it. There you go. That's it. That's all
That's
trading
what it's
is just
about.
making a little bit of money and trying to repeat it. Clear my
Hmm.
profit target. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, pound twist. Still waiting on that zone up top here. Now, this is a example of I want to see that manipulation. I mean, I don't count this as, I mean, obviously there's sellers in there. And yeah, there will be a little liquidity, but
Right.
I would still like to see a little bit of that sideways
Look at that beautiful
just to
break
kind
and
of
retest, though. Beautiful M, break that
right here,
level, retest that same zone, short. Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
This.
Yep. That's, yeah, that's perfect for you. I mean, and then what happens? Oh, just drops, bottom falls out. Oh, that's good
Yep.
stuff. I think your system is pretty simple to learn. Like I feel like yours is. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Did it take you a long time to come up with
I
that,
mean,
or?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think what it is I'm good at explaining it now and putting
yeah,
up the rules to it all. Because in the beginning, man, like even down to the no reload or what the 4 hour rule or the news, like it's these nuances as to where it took me a long time to figure all of that part out. But anyone who's coming on and watching and wanting to learn my method now, it's pretty easy now.
yeah, yeah. A bunch of years later,
I've
huh?
done all
Yeah,
the heavy lifting. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I did about 10 years of it myself, and that's the
Yeah.
funny thing because now I look at my trade plan. And I'm like, wait, that took me 10 years to figure that out.
Yes.
I
I
mean,
think all the time. I'm
let me
like,
see.
dude, how smart are you for it to take so long to figure this out? Like
Right,
you're the slowest genius ever.
slowest genius ever. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Um, let me see here. I just wanted to share just kind of an idea of trade plan, just so people can get an idea. And again, this is something that you definitely want to write down or type it in or something. But this is the
Right.
first thing I see when I turn on my computer. And it's really as simple as, the news. I want to see what retail traders are going to do because the retail traders are going to panic, either panic buy, panic sell, just like the trade deal that came out today. Okay, good news, but
Yeah.
there's going to be a lot of people that get in just on that without looking at number two, which is all about the fundamentals. And of course, there's a bunch of sources, but um, just looking at the various reports. That's it. And then now secondly, and that's the fundamental analysis. Then I turn to sentiment analysis. Where's the average trader? Or is dollar Japanese yen? Is it net long? Is it net short? Okay, if it's net long, I want to
Right.
look to short it because I'm the contrarian, right? And then obviously, what are the
Yeah.
big banks doing? Yeah, look at my indices. I want to get an idea of the general direction. Uh, Market heat map. So that's just a quick way of seeing, okay, is price getting closer to a zone or not? And then that's it right there. That's the technicals. Number 7. That's it. Curve, trend, supply and demand. And of course, I
Right.
want to see a fair value gap coming out of that zone because that'll show me if that zone is strong or not. And then VWAP as well. I like to use VWAP. So I mean, that's it. That's it. But it took me 10 years to figure that out.
That's how it goes.
Well, that's fine.
That's how it goes.
Um,
Mine, I'm gonna see if I can show something here. Uh, you
no.
sharing? Let me find it first.
Oh, okay.
Let me see.
While you're searching for that, I'll just take one more look at one or two of these. But yeah, euro pound, same thing. I need a deeper retracement. I need a much deeper retracement. So I mean, price is up here. Of course, all these euro pairs gapped up, because of the good news. And I figured that was going to happen, especially with the euro dollar. I knew it was probably going to gap up. I mean, it should be good for the dollar too, but the market gave more credence to the euro. So yeah, looking at the euro,
Hmm.
it gapped up on pretty much every pair. Uh, yeah, euro CAD. But yeah, um, but yeah, I got an alert down here at the one at the what I got that at 0.8677 level for the euro pound. So
Hmm.
I don't think it'll get down there though, especially with the strength that we're going to be seeing off the backs of this trade deal. So, yeah, this may be another week of all my pound pairs run off and get left. I get run off and left behind. So
Yeah, that always sucks.
definitely will be paying
Let's
a
hope
little more
that's
attention
not
to
the
some of
case.
some of the smaller time frames. I'll definitely keep my eye on some of the smaller time frames. Oh, there was a zone that got hit. I guess I can delete that one. So old news. Yeah, I mean, even just going back to the Friday lows or the Friday close, basically. I mean, yeah, that is an opportunity to look at get in on a smaller time frame. Well, not euro pound because it looks ugly, but going back to the euro dollar. See, the euro dollar made a little more sense. Now, again, let's see here. Okay, so it is kind of diddling in the middle, right? If I were to go for that zone here, because we have this, we got this low point, we got this low point, and we got this high point, and then we have kind of a double bottomish, right? So essentially looking at my flag, I mean, right?
Let's see. I'm trying to find.
Swing low, swing high. So that's kind of in the white. That's the diddling in the middle. So yeah, euro dollar. Give me a little bit deeper of a retracement. This zone here looks decent. I wish there was more volume coming out of it when you look at the VSA candles underneath.
Mm.
Actually, but yeah. So I'm already in this trade though, because again, I bought off of this zone over here on Friday. Get rid of the flag.
Right.
On what did I buy that on? 15 minute? No, 30 minute. Yeah, so that's essentially why I bought this market. 30-minute candle. It looks green because of my order block tool. If I turn that off, as always, you can see it's a red candle. And then that was within the context of a 4-hour candle. So that's the confluence I love to see right there. 4-hour candle, 30-minute candle inside. Bounced right off of it. Now it's pulling back a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that's essentially that's what I liked. I liked that candle.
Mm.
Now because I ultimately got in on a 30-minute candle, well, anyway, I mean that's perfect price action right there. You got your leg up, you got your retracement, you got your leg up, but look at those retracements. They're like very, very, very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Just the price action itself. So that's as pretty as it gets when it comes to currencies. Because like currencies aren't like
Gorgeous.
stocks. Currencies, I mean,
Right.
they kind of revert to the mean a lot more. Like you go look at a stock, you pull up any stock. Look at
This thing
Tesla
go
just as an
parabolic.
example. Parabolic, yeah, for long times. So yeah, parabolic up, parabolic down. Now we're on a pretty good move. But when you look at currency, or actually even other stuff, I mean, you can just see the tops and the bottoms on here, and how much space there is in between. I mean, these things move, but when you look at currencies, it's actually a
Mm-hmm.
little more of a challenge because it'll go sideways forever and ever and ever. Yes, but
Right.
yeah, when it does break, it'll make a pretty sharp run. But they tend to like that's a really good trend. Obviously, you're looking at a daily time frame there, but you get a lot of this crap right here, a lot of this sideways stuff, right? So especially with the way Michael trades and the way I focus on the curve, which again, they're a similar way of
I
getting to
look
the
like Let
same
It Be
thing, but
says, got to run.
it's just
I'm gonna shoot it. See you guys tomorrow. This week's 100%. Thank you always. Yes, yes. All right, Let It Be. We'll check you later on this week. Thanks for joining us.
yep, yep. Appreciate it. Let us know next time you come back how that free account's doing.
Yeah.
Can't remember if he
Absolutely.
was on this stream or the morning stream. I think he was on this evening stream. We gave one away a while back, so good stuff. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. But anyway, yeah. Just to summarize that, yeah, you get a lot of mean reversion in currencies, a lot more than you do in
Hmm.
the stocks.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
let's
lot.
see
Of,
what
it's a
else I
lot more
got.
efficient. Like currency pair isn't just gonna run off to $1 million or go to zero
Right.
like a stock
Yeah.
would.
hmm Yeah. If you look at the U.S. indices, every one of them gapped up as well. Let's go down to a 5 minutes. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. I keep clicking on the indices and not the actual CFD. So yeah, S&P gap up, NASI a gap up, Dow gap up. Every one of them gapped up. So the markets as a whole was pretty excited about it. Now remember the Nikkei actually gapped up, but it turned around and completely reversed course. And again, it's not surprising because there's probably a lot more people that maybe they failed to close their trade out for profit last week. So market opens and you get a load of buyers come in because of the trade deal. Because again, everything is interconnected. Like it's an intermarket, or world market, right? It's one big, gigantic market. So it's just interesting to note. You know, you had this huge move up. You had the trade deal news. You had buyers push it to the upside, but then people started stepping in to sell their profits because they finally see, oh wait, we're probably pretty overvalued right now, right? Pretty high up, pretty expensive. So it might be a good idea to start taking some profits. Yeah, RSI. I mean, this is a 4-hour time frame, but I mean, look at that. RSI got clear up to 82, so that's pretty high.
Right.
Pretty high. So yeah, I do. I just see this one just going down, just coming down. That's what I suspect. I could be wrong. It could flip a switch and go make a new all-time high. But I just know that anytime you get a spike like that, there's going to be people wanting to revert it back to the mean in some way, shape, or form. So,
right.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, that's the thing with the gaps on all these instruments. It's just not a real. I just don't really have anything to jump into. I mean, again, because I'm already in the euro dollar. Now, like I was saying earlier, I mean that is a potential play, for bouncing off. But I think I picked the right zone there, so I'm gonna stick with it. But if we get away from the euro and the dollar, let's see here. What's pound Jap look like? Yeah, see, this is all sideways garbage as well. So again, need a deeper retracement. There's a zone within a daily. That's going to be an hour demand zone down there. Still got a long ways for that to retrace, so ain't interested in that this week.
Nah.
Euro Japanese yen, that one gapped up as well. We got a 1 hour or a 30 minute, 15 minute? Yeah, 15-minute zone down here. Again, not interested. Swiss Jap. Well, really, the only I mean it's really just I can't stress enough. Only thing I care about is selling the pound this week until that news starts shaking out. And see how price reacts around the interest rate decisions.
I can't wait.
That's it.
As soon as one of these pound pairs set up for the short for me, I'm gonna smack this damn thing.
Yeah, and I think pound New Zealand. I think that one right there is my current favorite.
Yeah,
I mean, we got this little trend line going down. It would be nice to see price come up, tag that. When that zone formed, it was strong enough to break through this low, and this low. Now, it's currently in that daily demand zone. So obviously I wouldn't want to sell anything down here. Number one, it's too expensive. Number two, it's bouncing into that demand zone. I'll tell you what would make this even stronger, this zone up here, is if price were to come all the way down through that zone before returning. If price can break that daily, whew, if price can break the daily, then that shows me that's even stronger. Yeah, exactly. That's something that would be awesome. But I would probably sell it either way. If it does, if it breaks through it, excellent. If it doesn't, that's okay. I mean, I would still take a short up here because it did. Again, it did break that low, and that low. So it collected all this liquidity under that point, and that point right there.
Right.
But this is where the demand zone can help my trade out. Push it up,
Mhm.
you know, get these unfilled orders in the zone and push it up, and that way I can take the opposite end when it gets to the top of the curve. So that's it. That's it. That's my number one right there. Bitcoin, it fell off of
Well,
my, it fell off, so it's no longer a bullish bias. That one popped on, I think, last week for the first time in a while. It did come down and touch this. What was that, 1 hour zone? Or no, I think that was 2 hour. That's right. Yeah. So actually, it touched it twice. Touched it here, went up, and it's touched it again, and wicked through the second time, which goes to show that that's why we always say we only want zones or areas that are unmitigated, or especially with zones, demand zones,
yeah.
because it was
Yeah.
mitigated here and it worked out here, but when it came back, it chewed right through the rest.
Yeah. Because I always feel like that's the second, right? Like the first time is always the best time. It's the highest probability. Anything after that is so so.
And that again is why on my trade plan, oh, it's actually on a different one. I've got two trade plans, but yeah, I put unmitigated so that I know I need
Hmm.
to stay the heck off of the mitigated. Where did I
Right.
put that at? Yeah, that's it right
Love it.
here. That's it right
Actually found
here.
it. I found what I was looking for. If we can get my screen shared, I can
Yep,
see this.
that's
I can show
that's it
you
right there.
guys what I'm looking for.
Non-mitigated. Yeah, back in. Go ahead and share Mr. Michael there.
Yeah, let me. I'm gonna share my full. Oh, here it is. Here, I'll just share it like this. If we can get my screen shared. So yeah, so this is
Mayonnaise.
my checklist. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
right. This is this is my. You can actually change this to MOP 200. Same thing. We used to call it the Mayo because it's white. But this is the exact order that I would go through, right? Like literally in this exact order, right? The very first thing, as you can see, is check the news. Because man, when I tell you I used to just jump in trades and then I get smashed, I'm like, what just happened? Ah, it was red folder news. Like, dang it, I
Yep.
got stuck again with this, right? The next thing would be make sure you're trading within office hours, basically, right? So, like for me, I typically just like to
Mhm.
trade from 12 to 12. The Forex pairs, indices can go a little bit later, right? Just a little bit. So, but I try not to trade currency pairs after 12 because the volume pretty much dries up. Now,
Yeah.
again, indices, S&P, NAS 100, US 30, that's a bit different. So I will trade that a bit later, right? But next up would be check the high and low of the week, right? That's why I showed you earlier. If I just look to the right, I can easily see the high and low of the week because they typically want to trade away from that area, right? Next up would be, hey, zoom out. You want to see the last 3 to 5 days, not just one day, because you can't look to the left if you can't see the last 3 to 5 days, right? So that's
Mhm.
pretty important. Next up, R to R needs to make sense. 1 to 2 minimum. I put this down. It's really like 1 to 1.25, just a little bit of something. But 1 to 2 would be
Mhm.
great. Uh, but yes, it could be as low as 1 to 1.25. Right now, these aren't too big of things. I just have this on here. Trend line break. I don't really draw too many trend lines to be totally honest. I kind of grew out of
Mhm.
this part a little bit. But same thing with supply and demand zones, key areas. Like I will draw that up because I can easily see that on, the break and retest basically.
Mhm.
Fibs 50% or 61.8. I don't really use that too much. I will every now and then just to get a little bit more confluence. I will check that out first. Well, I'm sorry, not first, but check that out while I'm deciding. Just any extra little confluence I can get, I'll check the fibs out. But definitely not a big fibs player at all. Um, Next up would be, as you can see, can I have hit stops on the opposite side already? So again, if I'm going short, I want them to hit the stops high and then go short. I don't want them to hit the stop short if I'm going short first. So that's why I have this in place. And next up would be, as
Okay.
you can see, must hit stops on the
Oh, I
appropriate
see what you're
side,
saying. Yeah.
right? So
Yep.
if I'm
I
going
agree with
short,
you.
I want to see them hit the stops high first and then go short,
Yeah.
right? Next up
No,
would
that
be
makes
cannot
sense.
be too tight. YL is yesterday's low. YH is yesterday's high. BB is basically the blueberry. That's the 800 EMA. So same exact thing. And then I got clear first leg close above or below the 13 EMA. That's why you always hear me talk about the 13, the red one. Then clear
Mm-hmm.
second leg must be above or below the 13 EMA, right? Clear MOW structure off the 200 EMA, right? Nice market baseline below on the reload. I'm sorry, on the I spelled that wrong.
Oh,
I put below. I should have put
reload. Yeah.
reload. Oh, you know what? Nice market baseline reload. I don't know what I was trying to put here. Below, maybe? I guess I spelled that wrong. Maybe it's below.
Oh,
Anyway, below in the TDI. Nice shift candle, right? Like I always like to see the candle that I'm the entry candle. I always like to see it look clear. Like remember we talked it last week. I said shift candle. There's an F in there, an F in there.
yeah.
So I like to
Yep.
see a nice shift candle, right? And a shift candle for me is any candle that has little to no wicks on either side,
Yeah. Shift with an
right?
F.
Exactly. So next up would be MBL. That's market baseline, which is the yellow one. It needs to be pointing in the accurate direction after the reload. Remember, I always talk about their reload. Load up
Mm-hmm.
on combo trades, which means, hey, if you got a combo trade setting up, you better make sure that you can get this, all right? Then I got no
Right.
holding trades going into the Asia session. And then I got in parentheses, like, Mike, you remember that 42 pip spread on GF that day? You make sure
Yeah.
you don't hold any
Uh-huh.
trades to the next day.
Yep.
Right? So check the daily and the 4 hour chart. No BB in the way. Must confirm. I don't like the trade when it's the 800 EMAs in the way because it could easily, whoops, it
Bounce
could
off of it. Yeah.
easily, yep. So I don't like those. Um, check the 1 hour chart to confirm the move. Divergence on the first or second leg, right? Check daily range. Want to make sure I'm really targeting to the ADR high or ADR low. Then again, make sure the market baseline is pointing the direction of the trade, and then no trap volume because there's been times where I'll take trades and I missed the fact that there was some trap volume like before I entered. So I always want to double
Yeah.
check that. And then make sure you're not trading on any bank holidays, right? So all of those are like hard rules that I would pretty much say. This is my check down or like my walkthrough when I decided to take a trade. I don't have to pull this up nowadays. Obviously, I can just literally already know what I'm looking
Go
for. But if someone was to
go to the
tell
bottom of
me, oh yeah,
scroll down to the
so I
bottom.
got here.
I got a chuckle. I got a chuckle out of your don't trade when hungover, sleepy, or
Oh yeah,
underprepared.
yep, yep. And it's
That
it's
is
it's,
so
it's
true.
real, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's real.
Like, look, don't trade when you all hung over because you had a Mexican party that you attended on Sunday
Yeah.
night and you want to try to trade Monday morning. Like, don't do that. If you're too sleepy,
Yeah.
if you're unprepared, don't no run into the chart at the last minute and just trying to, don't do that, Mike. Just be cool, And then, check
That's right.
candlestick patterns for further confirmation. And then I got this. You see this last part here is if the setup appears, trade without fear. What would Axe do? Bobby Axelrod. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
So,
there you go.
and I have several of these. I'm gonna just reshare my screen here. I'll just share the whole thing so you can kind of see it all together. But I have several of these. I have 5 setups. I couldn't find the fifth one, but this was the M&W. I have a whole checklist for my ID50 move. A lot of this stuff is the
Mm-hmm.
same.
Okay.
I have
Yeah.
one for my combo trade, as you can see. I have one for my money trade. Whoops. I have one for the money trade. Is this it? No.
Yeah. Them That's
Okay.
good though.
Anyway, you guys get
That's
the
it.
point.
Yeah, yeah. The important thing is, yeah, for everybody watching, it's you can have it in your head all you want, but it's just a good idea to whether you type it down, type it on your computer, or write it down, whatever. It's easier to type, in my opinion.
Yep.
Just type out your trade plan
Yep.
and review it periodically. I mean, just for going through mine again, I'd already see where I need to kind of update it a little. So, um, yeah, that's cliche once again, but it's one of the most important parts. Like it's just like a manual for whatever it is you're doing, a manual for building
Yep.
a cabinet, right? A user guide
Yep.
or a manual for your car,
Or like when you when
maintenance on
you
your
when you give the example of a flight, like a flight, a pilot, like they have a check down list.
yeah
Like that's just
checklist.
what they do before
Oh,
they go in the air, right? Like you gotta what I call
right.
a flight plan. You gotta have a nice flight plan to make sure that you're just not driving blindly, right? Like
Yeah.
now, obviously, I don't look at this and check it off and check it off and check it. When I first
Right.
put all this together, I'm deleting stuff, adding stuff. You know what I mean? I did do that, and if you, I don't know if you noticed at the very bottom, but it was a line, and I had to
The
sign
sign.
it. I literally had to physically
Yeah.
sign and sign off on the trade. Like, all right, Mike, you did the checklist, sign it, date it. All right, you can take this trade now. Like
Yeah.
that. Well, that's what I had to
Yeah.
do to make sure I wasn't taking any stupid trades.
Michael Bravo says
Right.
Coach Michael dropping Bobby Axelrod level gems. So that's
Hey,
good stuff.
you did. Absolutely.
Well, we got a whole minute
Absolutely.
left,
It's important.
Michael. Yeah, we got a minute left, man. Any parting thoughts on this evening before we get like 5 minutes of sleep before our next one?
Right. Exactly. Now that's pretty much it. I went through everything. You guys trade safe. We will catch you guys in the London session here in a few hours. And trade safe, guys. Manage that risk. Go through your check down. Make sure you're not
That's
just
right.
blindly taking trades.
That's right. Yeah. No real news until Tuesday's job jolts openings. That's it. So it'll be probably a fairly quiet. Well, it'll be some interest drummed up, obviously, from the trade deal itself. So we'll talk about that further with Coach Richard, in the morning, get
Right.
his perspective on it.
Right.
But yeah, that'll be 3 a.m. Central till 7:15 Central a.m. So that'll be the next
Yep.
show. And with that, Michael, get you a nap,
Absolutely.
and
I'll see you in a bit.
we'll talk to you later. Yep. have a
All
good
right
night,
now.
everybody. Or morning.
Hola Prime, trade with transparency.